Good day, everyone. Welcome to Learning to Paint with me, Peter A. Hope everyone's having a great day. Today, I'm going to attempt to teach myself to paint Bob Ross's Quiet Pond from Season 5, Episode 5. Let's see. So hopefully everybody can hear me. It looks like everything's unmuted. So let's get started. So I've already given the canvas a coat of the liquid white, so it's ready to start. You can test it by, after applying a very thin coat, you can test it by using your hand and just doing the finger test, and you should get a small amount on your fingertips where you can still see your fingerprints through it. If you have too much, then you need to remove some, of course, or not enough, add some more. But after you're done with the finger test, always go over to remove your fingerprints. You will leave little marks. So let's get started with this. So the first thing I'm going to do now, Bob did this on a bigger canvas. I'm using a 16 by 20. He used an 18 by 24, and he used a 2-inch brush. I'm going to use a 1-inch brush instead. So I'm going to take a 1-inch brush and I'm going to go into a little bit. Oh, actually, let me put the colors that are going to be used today. So here's the colors that we're going to use in the order of use. Going across the screen. Use a little alizarin crimson first. Just go into a little bit of this, tap it into the brush. You only need a little bit of this because it can be very strong. We want to add a little pink to the sky. So using little X strokes, we're going to add a little bit of pink in a couple of spots in our sky. I'm going to leave some white spots in between. A little more. And put a spot over here. Here a little bit. Okay, so now without cleaning the brush, put just a little more here. Without cleaning the brush, I'm going to go into some phthalo blue. Now, phthalo blue is very strong, and it can wipe out the alizarin crimson, so be careful. Hi, Jamie. Okay, so now, again, with the little X pattern strokes, we're going to fill in the blue in between the crimson. Making sure that you don't go too much into the crimson. And just fill in anywhere there's white. Okay, I think that's good. So now, put a little more blue on the brush and add some spot down the bottom where we're going to have some water. So some long sideward strokes, making sure they're straight. A little bit more. They're a little darker. Okay. Now I'm going to take a clean, dry 2-inch brush and use this to blend it, starting in the red, slowly working into the blue, and just blending it enough so you can't really tell where one starts and the other one stops. Wipe off some of the excess that I pick up, because the blue will overtake the crimson. I want some crimson left in the sky. Just blend this out. Some long strokes to get rid of the brush marks. Sit back and look, and I think we have a little bit of a sky started. And there's a little bit more. A couple of spots. All right. And like Bob says, I think we have a happy little sky. Just blend the water a little bit. And there we go. I think we're off to a good start. Now, I'm going to go into some Van Dyke Brown. One more out here. And some burnt umber. And I'm going to use the same brush that I've been using, dirty brush. We're going to go right into the Van Dyke Brown. And a little bit of the burnt umber back, and just brush mix this. Now, I'm going to add some trees. So I'll start up here, and I'm just going to tap and go in toward where the center of the tree is. So as I'm tapping the tree in, I tap in toward the center where the trunk would come from. And there's the start of our first tree. Some more paint. Now I'm just going to put some random patterns in to make some trees. So start here, work toward the center. Make a small one down here. Just fill this in a little bit. Reload the brush. And so the big one right up here goes right off the canvas. Again, I'm just tapping this and aiming the tap towards where I feel the center of the tree would be. Load. Let's see. Right here. Bush. Okay. Let's do a short one on this side. Actually, if you look at this one, it's a little lighter. It makes it look like it's farther in the distance. So, and then we can come and take and put a darker one in front of it. We can highlight and leave that light in the background so it looks like it's a little in the distance. Okay, I think that's our tree line. I'm just going to fill in the bottom here a bit. All right. There is our trees. So now, what did he do next? He filled in the sides a little with some land. So I'm going to take the same brown and burnt umber. And I'm just going to fill this in. The brown. So that'll be some of our land afterwards. Okay. So next, put a little on the other side. Actually go right across here. Just fill this in. Bring it out a little here. A little darker. And just fill this in with the dark, and then we'll come back and highlight it. More. Okay, here's our land. So next, I think we need to add some trunks to the trees. So I'm going to take a script liner brush, add a little thinner to it, thin down some brown paint. More thinner. Now, I thin this down because in this technique, the way this works with the wet on wet is thin paint sticks to thick paint. So I have thick paint on there, and by thinning it, this should now be able to go right on top of it. So let's add some trunks. So let's put a trunk right here. More. Let's go this way. Now, a lot of these will get covered up when I put the highlights on, but some little pieces should poke through and you should be able to see some if I do it right. Actually, put a little trunk in this one. Now you can do these either from up and go down or from bottom and go up, or however you prefer. I've yet to figure out the way I like to do it yet. I always think it's too thick, my trunks. All right, a couple more on this one. And you can also just put some lines in for sticks that pieces will show through when you go over with the highlights. All right, it's a big one here. And you don't want to go straight down. You want to wiggle the brush as you're moving it. Trees aren't usually straight as telephone poles. So maybe it's a little thinner. Okay, a few more branches here. Bob always says you can spend all day if you want putting in all kinds of little branches. The more you add, the more realistic it looks. It's more practice for me as you watch me learn. Make this one a bent one. Okay. More. Go. A couple more to go. More thinner. A few twirls. A little one here. Maybe you see some trunks back there. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Trunk for this one. Some sticks and stuff. One more tree to go. All right, this is the big one. So let's take a branch from out here. Big trunk down the bottom. Need something to support it. Couple more. Okay. I think that's good enough. A few more sticks. All right. Clean this brush. And what is next? Okay. So, created the trees. And I need to do some highlights. So let's take some cadmium yellow and some sap green and some yellow ochre and a little bit of medium yellow. So a little bit of all of the highlight colors. And we're going to use that same dirty brush that I've been using. I'm going to go into the cadmium yellow, pull some through, grab a little sap green, maybe a little yellow ochre, some highlight color on the brush. Now, just going to take and lightly tap. A little more. Start over here. Another bunch comes across. You want to try to leave some dark spots. That's done. All right, go back in, change the color. Sometimes you need to add just a touch of paint thinner to get it to stick good. Make one that's kind of green. Let's do the big one, green. So just lightly touch and push up, but always aiming toward the middle with the brush. Spot right there. Right. Reload the brush. Give it a little yellow ochre this time. Let's do a good spot of yellow ochre. Let's make this big one that color. It's loaded good. Lightly tap. There's 2 done, 3 done. All right. Touch more thinner, just a touch. Back into the some yellow this time. And make this one down here. It's kind of green still. All right, put some more yellow out. The green seems to step on the yellow. Add a little more yellow in. I don't know if you can see it. There's a spot right at the end of the paint. It's all kind of pulled up. That's what's on the end of the brush, on the bristles, and that's what you just want to touch with the end of the bristles to leave what little deposits of paint are there. So, let's do this one the same color. There we go. What else? One more tree to go. There we go. I think that looks good. Let's add a bush right here. There's a green bush on the other side. A couple of bushes along here. And Bob didn't do that, but I think it adds a little to it. So now, what do we need to do? We need to make some fog along the bottom. So I'll take. Now I have a bunch of, I have 4 2-inch brushes, 4 1-inch brushes, so I don't have to clean brushes as we go, or all I'd be doing is cleaning brushes. So I'm going to take a dry, clean 2-inch brush, and I'm going to make some fog by lightly tapping the canvas along the bottom of this tree line. You'll see the liquid white that's underneath will start to come through. Wipe some of the excess off. Just gently tap, tap, tap. And you'll see there's where I'm tapping, it almost looks like fog along here. Now I'm not following Bob's way exactly. I watched the episode a couple times and wrote a few things down. So I might miss a step or two, but it's the basic painting that he did. Though you can't duplicate a painting. Here we go. So now there's a little bit of fog. Okay, what's next? I need to put a dead tree. He put a dead tree. So let's put a dead tree in. Take some paint thinner. Back into the brown. Make it really thin. Kind of like ink. Come up here. And right here. Put a dead tree. It just kind of goes around like that. And right there. Reload the brush. A couple more branches. Like I said, don't make them straight. Trees don't grow straight in the real world. Okay. Another one coming here. Put it into the trunk. A little more of a trunk. That looks pretty good. Sorry, I hold my breath when I do that. So kind of hard to talk when I'm holding my breath. All right, so next. Let's see. I kind of wrote a list. Hang on one second. Okay, so we're going to make some land now. So we're going to take that dirty brush, go into our highlight colors. I need some more. Throw some more out there. Okay, yellow, sap green. Put them up. A bit of yellow ochre. And then I'm going to make some land. So I'm going to start over here and just start tapping. And I'm going to watch and make what they call the lay of the land, the way the land's going to run. And just lightly tap, 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 tap. And there's the start of our land. Thank you, Jamie. I'm trying. Like I said, you get to learn along with me. All right, so let's add a little more down underneath. And just tap, tap, tap. And then I leave a little space in between. So then you can kind of, it puts a little definition in the land. Right, keep working my way down. Just tap, tap, tapping. Reloading. On the other side. Slightly tapping. Make these two connect, kinda. Right. Tap, tap, tapping. Okay. Load. Get right down there. There we go. There's a bunch of grass. So let's get a little more down the other side, kind of even it out. Tap, tap. Down to about there. Actually, I'll just go all the way down. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. That looks pretty good. Tap down the side a little more. And voila, there's our land. Okay. So now we can take that clean brush, pull down a bit on this to make some reflections. Slightly pull down. There we go. Wipe the excess off. And then lightly across to make the reflection. Flip that over. There we go. A little bit of reflection. Probably make this one just a bit darker. Something. Put a little brown on it. Just to make it stand out a little more. There we go. That's a little better. So, what we can do too is take a little bit of titanium white. Just a little tiny bit of titanium white on a fan brush. I want to use a fan brush. Actually, put it on a 1-inch brush. Just going to tap it lightly, get a little bit of the white on the bristles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reflect maybe a cloud showing in the water below. So you just come and you just lightly tap the white. Where you would want your cloud to show. And then take your 2-inch brush, pull it down slightly, and then across. And kind of give it a blur. Here's the reflection of a cloud. Another one. Now, what you need to do, though, is before you go back, applying that added blue to the brush. So you should clean the brush off. You can just wipe it on a paper towel you'll get rid of some of that blue before you go into the white. Now go tap into the white again. Let's put another one, just a little tiny one right here. Okay. Let's go over just a little. Take clean brush. And blur it. And there we go. Reflections of a couple clouds. So that's that. What's next? I need to. It looks all right. We need to clean up that spot. These spots that might have gotten messed up here. Okay. Just touching up any spots that look like it need to be covered right there. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to fill in the front. Now let's load up with some color. And then we'll just tap. Give us some ground all the way up to the front. A little more thinner. Just a dab. All right. So on this side. Come right down like that. Pull this all in. A bit more over here. Tap just to fill it in. Now see, I should have filled it in with brown first, which is not what Bob did, but maybe it's to make it look lighter in the front. I don't know. Still looks okay. Add a little more green, make it a little darker. Let's put some more green down over here. On this side too. And kind of go with the lay of the land, everything going into the middle. Oh, we could go right across here. Okay. What else we can do is the titanium white. A little to the brush, and we can make it look like there's a little bit of a reflection right here. Put some white down first. It's reflecting to here too. And then just lightly touch it. kind of a highlights of the grass. I'll probably use a little in the back too, I think. Just along the back here. Kind of like that effect. And dull it down just a little bit. There we go. I think we got our land done. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. What else do we want to do? Let's add a bush. A bush. I need some dark. So let's go into the dark. Some brown on the bush. Let's put a bush right here. Highlight color. Ooh, this ought to be fun. See if I can highlight this. Just add a little color to it. No, that ain't gonna do it. I need more yellow. Some more yellow. This brush is full of paint. Okay, got a bush. Here, let's take a fan brush. I'll load it up with some Van Dyke Brown. I just want to scrub in a little bit of land, if I can, and along the edge. Just lightly scrape it in there. I think I need some more. A little bit of thinner. Some more brown on the brush. Okay, try that again. There we go. I just want to kind of give the indication of some land under each one of these. There we go. Now, a little bit of this white, make it into a highlight color. A little bit of thinner. Too much thinner. We'll do it. Just lightly put some highlights on this. Go. And I can come back and just touch up anywhere on an edge. Kind of, if you put it over, it kind of buries, it sets the earth down under. I guess that's how you can put it. There we go with that. All right. I think what was left to do? A tree, a big tree. Need space. All right. Need some Van Dyke Brown. Some Van Dyke Brown up there. And we're going to scrape it up with my knife. Spread it out. Take a little roll. Where do we want the tree to be? Okay, it's going to live right here. It's living there now. Don't mind me, I'm holding my breath. Oh, there's the start. Okay. Another little roll. Where do I want the tree to go? Let's have it go this way. Like that. And what's cool about these paintings too is once they dry and you feel the tree, it feels like bark, like actual bark on a tree. It's pretty cool. Let's kind of even this out. All right, and the start. Let's keep going. Split. Okay. I haven't made too many trees like this, so this is a first for me. Let's go from here. Straighten it out. I need something to come out of here. Oh, this is a pain in the butt. I've got to practice trees more. It's funky. I think I need to be a little thicker down here too. Yeah, that's a little better. Close that in. Maybe. Too much. Little roll. Maybe just go off this way. Turn off the canvas. Not the greatest of trees, like I said. Okay, one more here. Almost done. I think I need another branch or two. Something coming out. Let's actually go off the canvas. This. So there we go. That's pretty good. Now, clean off my knife. What else? What else? We need to highlight this. We'll take some bright red, some of this brown, mix it together. See what color we've got. Oh, there we go. Wipe this off again. What do I want to use? Let's use a fill bit brush. Put this on. I need to use a little thinner, so I'm going to put some highlight on one side. Just tapping it lightly. Put a little bit of a red highlight on one side. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera. Just a little bit of red. I don't think that's enough. There's more red in there. Not red enough. Per second. There's my knife. Mix this up. Yeah, that's a little redder. Okay. Let's give that a shot. Let's try it actually. Script liner. Put a light little coat of red down the edge. Still, I don't think it's showing up on the camera. I can see it, but I don't think it's showing up on the camera. Yeah, it is a little. You can also use it to help clean up the edge. A little better. Red. There we go. All right, a little more. Okay. I can clean these up just a little. Right off. There we go. All right, so let me clean that off. And then what we're going to do is now take some of the blue we have left over from the sky, a little thinner. I'm going to do a little reflective light on the back. Very lightly put some blue down the back. It helps clean up that edge too. Well, it's right here. Right. Down this one. I think we're almost done with this. Oh, thank you. Hey, Baker, and Julie, and Megan, and a dog named Jim. Okay. Thank you, guys. I think we're about done. What else did he do? I think that was it. I just want to clean up. Where is it? The tree's feet a little, actually. Let's give him a little more of a foot here. Give a root. And then all that work I just did, I'm going to cover it up. And there we go. I think we have a finished painting. Just need to sign it and number it. So I need some. What am I do with my brush? Get rid of the blue. Need some bright red. Believe me, I can't draw a straight line either. I don't know how I do this. I just decided to try last year, and this is number, what is this? Number 50? Just so you see. Here we go. I did this morning, which is my first try at that. And here's my second. So this will be number 50. All right, so into the thinner, into the red. Make it like some ink so I can put my initials. That's sticking. Four. And leave it halfway to 100. $50. And we are done. Yeah, I think that did come out pretty good. So I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next week for a new painting. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. It all helps my channel. So let me see here. I will see you all next week. Adios.